So here you see in transverse, there's a bladder. This is effusion here. There's a lot of effusion. The effusion is echogenic. See that? Speckly. So that's one of the things that tells you that this could be blood. I'm looking at the bladder all the way to the ends, and I get the prostate here. Okay, all the way up and down. And now I'm sagittal. Adjusting my gain a little bit and increasing the frequency. Get the highest possible frequency. Oh, let's say a doorbell. Okay. See the effusion here? And that's here the prostate here. Bladder neck. And that's the bladder, speckling into the bladder, but this is very echogenic effusion here. Right, so that. Then we follow the colon. This is the colon. I follow the colon all the way until it takes me to the kidney. You see how much effusion here? That's a lot of blood. Do you want to answer the door? Or we're good here. Yeah, we're good here. That's the colon here. See, I'm following the colon, and then I get that big, humongous mass. So I'm gonna zoom out once to get to see the kidney. And the kidney's right there. So I'm pushing a little bit more. That's the left kidney. Okay, and all the way in, all the way out in transverse. And then we're gonna turn sagittal on it. Sagittal. Make it big. See, like as I'm working, I'm making as big as possible when it comes to the picture. Here, I'll measure it from here to here. And it's 418. Kidney.
It's just his owners.
Alright. And then the ice cream scoop it, here's adrenal comes right up. Okay. That's the left adrenal, that's the caudal pool. And this is the cranial pool. And this is the length. Most important one here is the caudal pole. So this is cranial, this is caudal. Caudal pole is the most important one here. And you can see the cortex and the medulla. And it's supposed to be less than 0.7. Here's a little bit bigger. And then you get to see that mass. Here's the mass. The most important thing is you want to see the attachment to this mass. What is it attached to? And it looks like it's attached to this organ here. This organ is likely the spleen. See the spleen here? Spleen here. I'm gonna make it bigger. Get bigger. Spleen is here, and here's the mass. Comes right here. Here's the attachment. Okay. Here's the mass. And sometimes what you do, you put color on it. You put color. So you want to see the blood going between the mass and the organ. That tells you they're attached together. Okay, because the blood vessel is going, it's not adjacent, it's not next to the thingy, it's not next to the mass. And then I'm zooming out. As you see here, I'm playing with the depth, frequency, gain all the time as I'm working here. For example, let's see here, there's a looks like a blood clot here swimming. See that? That blood clot is swimming inside the blood, right? And that's blood here. Then I'm moving up, I get the stomach. So this is the stomach, and I get here. Also, there's the effusion here, and that's the liver. Gallbladder here. Gonna zoom out, and I'm gonna drop the frequency once just to get better details here. Gallbladder has a little bit of sludge, which is okay. Still, you can squish it. It's fine. Moving all the way to the right liver, all the way to the liver disappears, all the way to the left here. I don't see any mets in here because I'm basically want to see if there's any tumors. Heart comes up here. Okay. I look all the way up here. Maybe a little bit irregular liver here, but not much. And nothing here. So that's in sagittal, like going transverse, up and down. Scanning the liver all the way up, all the way down. Let's see if there's something there. Stomach comes up to bother me, so I'm gonna push down to get rid of it. It didn't work, so I'm gonna move my probe to a different side. As I'm transverse, I'm getting here the cava. should be talking to you like that. Okay, if I want to get a better picture of this, I'm going to drop my frequency down once. The picture is better. If I drop it one more, see when I get better, right? Because when you drop the frequency, you get better penetration. Okay, and I'm slicing the liver now, and transverse all the way up and down. Okay, and I'm moving to the right liver here. That's the caudate, and as I'm sliding caudally, I will get the kidney here somewhere. Here it is. Here's the kidney. Okay, so I'm gonna zoom in, increase my frequency. I need someone to hold, so it's okay. I'm gonna go transverse, and here's the kidney. Colon is bothering me a little bit here, or stomach, whatever that is, but I'm still able to get it by pushing. Yeah, I'm pushing a little bit on the kidney, but otherwise I will not be able to get a good picture of it. So I'll take that for an RK. I'll take that for an RK. And this is about 464. And turning transfers on it. I'm also recording that. As I'm pushing down here to get the adrenal. Again, that thing is bugging me, but I'll get it here, right there. I could probably take that. You make it big, and stop here. Good picture, and I'm gonna call it RAD and measure it here. It's also big, so there's a chance this dog could be cushingoid, but it's not the problem that he's here for now. So 83, 67, and 50, 258. And yeah, so this dog has bleeding in 4 spots. So this is here, if we do the fastest scan, this is the hepatorenal spot, and you see blood between the liver and the diaphragm, between the kidney and the intestine here, and there's blood. And if you go to the hepatodiaphragmatic view, you see the kiva here, compressible, but you see also the blood between the liver lobes, between the liver lobes and between the diaphragm and the liver lobe. Okay, so that's a good picture here. We can probably go like that and take a picture. And you really want to see that. And if you go in here, you'll see the blood also between the gallbladder and the gallbladder liver diaphragm. Here's the blood, or effusion, I should say. Okay, here. Okay, so I don't know if I took a video of this or not, but I may as well. Transfers, arteries in the bottom here. Now, if you're doing when you're doing the fastest scan, you want to look at the heart. You zoom out and you drop your frequency down. You'll be able to see the heart here. Okay, and nothing should be between the heart and the diaphragm. See that the diaphragm here? This is the diaphragm, right? No black thing like that. See that black or this black? Nothing black should be between the heart and the diaphragm. If you see something black here, that's likely a pericardial effusion. Okay, or there's a good chance it would be. Again, here's the heart. See, like the heart is almost touching the diaphragm here. Nothing black. See that black here? It's between the liver and the diaphragm. not between the diaphragm and the heart. Okay, so that's very important. Okay, so after I did this, I want to, I don't think I measured the spleen mass, but it's big. I'd say probably, it's, you know, just like a, yeah, like a rough idea. I'd say about 8 by 8 or 8 by 7 centimeter mass. We already have a video of it attached to the spleen. So the one thing we're going to do after that is just do a zigzag. Sorry, I didn't do the stomach. So the stomach is here. Let me just clear that. So the stomach here is full of gas and probably ingesta. Take a video of that. And then as I'm moving towards the right side of the dog, pushing down a little bit. Very important to get this picture where you get the gastric outflow. Here, so this is the duodenum, and here's where it's attached to the stomach, right there. Stomach, sorry, duodenum fundus, I mean pylorus. Here, duodenum, this thing is the duodenum, and here's where it's attached to the pylorus. It's a very important shot that you have to get in every single exam to make sure you're not dealing with a GI obstruction. Here's a long duodenum here, and the pylorus, and float around it obviously. Okay, and the pancreas is just right underneath it here. I'm gonna come flashing up at you in here. Right there. Okay, and then you have to zoom in here. Okay. And because you got fluid here, it's easier to see the pancreas, which is attached to the duodenum. So the duodenum is here, pancreas is here. So as you slide caudal, because there's fluid around it, so it's easier to see it. Okay, right there. Okay, now after I've done that, I'll do a zigzag to make sure that I didn't miss anything. See, there's a lot of fluid in there. Here's the mass. As we go up and down, here's the mass again. Right, let's take a video of that. And then moving up, moving down. There we go. Up and down. Sure that I'm not missing any other masses elsewhere. All these small intestine coming at me. And going back, I already did the up and down. I'm gonna do right and left now. Right and left with the patient. Okay, and that, right and left. I'm moving right and left now, and yeah, so I'm done with the zigzag. I'm gonna just be in here, get one of these small intestine and zoom in on it and just get a long section, and increase the frequency to get a good picture. See, now I'm getting a really nice picture here. I'm gonna freeze, I'm gonna go back and measure it. So just so you guys know, this is here the lumen, mucosa, submucosa, muscularis and serosa. Lumen, this long, mucosa, this here, submucosa, the white stuff, muscularis, the black, and serosa. So mucosa starts with an M, moon, and muscularis with an M, moon, so moon is black. Submucosa is S as in sun, so it's white, and serosa is white also, right? To measure this, I'm going to measure it from here to here. So from here, the beginning of the lumen till about here, and I'm going to call it small intestine, just to get a representative sample of how it looks like. And if you see that, see that spickling in here, if you see the spickles in here in the mucosa, it's okay to see once or twice, whatever. But if you see a lot of that, that could be sometimes indicative of inflammatory bowel disease or lymphangiectasia. If you see it a lot, okay. On the transverse, you see it here also. On the transverse, it will look like a hamburger. So the intestine and long, it looks like that. Long. If you go in transverse, it looks like a hamburger, like that. Okay. Now, do you just mind showing the probe where I'm going to put it here? This is really important to put it for the kidney. You don't want to get the kidney from here. You want to get the kidney from here. So to get the kidney, to get a good picture, you have to put the probe like that. and when you're here, you put the probe like that. This for sagittal. Transverse, you go like this, 90 degrees. Remember, this marker always towards the head or towards me. The head of the dog here, the ultrasound here. Okay, so marker towards the head or towards me. That's it. It cannot go like this, it cannot go like that. Head or me. Okay. Here I'm sliding sagittal on the patient, here transverse on the patient. Now sagittal on the patient, not necessarily sagittal on the organ, because when I'm doing the stomach, I'm gonna move the stomach like this. Ooh, that action. Gonna be fundus, going to the pylorus and then the duodenum. I'm still sagittal on all these. If I'm doing the colon, now I'm transverse in the colon. I know the colon goes like this, right? So I'm going like that on the colon, transverse, right? Now what happens when I come here? When I come here, if I continue like that, I'm still what? I'm still, here I'm transverse to the colon. But if I continue like that, I'll be sagittal in that part of the colon. So I have to go like this. Okay, and then move back in. Okay, this is when it comes to the colon. So sagittal on the organ is different than sagittal on the patient. The other thing I want to show, when you get to the prostate, you push, you look here, you may find the bone here, so you may not be able to show. So you have to push down a little bit and look back, okay, to get the prostate. Okay, adrenal, you do the ice cream scoop. So once you get the kidney, you go like this, that action. Here, that's a left adrenal, like that, like that. The right adrenal, once I get the kidney, I push in and up, until I get the cava and fan on the cava, and I'll get it. Gastric outflow, when I'm here, getting the fundus, fundus, then pylorus, then I move like this, like that C shape, to get the gastric outflow, and that's it. Thank you so much.